What's up? What's up? Let's see what we going on tonight. Thought I'd come on live tonight, see if anybody's out there. I said I wasn't gonna come back for a couple of days, but I thought I'd do it just for an hour. See what we got. If anybody's on board, I'll make it like a real short one. See what we're working with tonight. See if anybody feels like coming, talking about things, what's going on. Gotta turn this on tonight. Get my poll question up. This thing not working. Let's see if I can get this thing to go. See what we working with. What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? How you doing? If anybody's on board, let's see. See if everybody's on here tonight. See what's going on. Got a poll question started, and starting off with the performances. So if anybody's on, feel free to chime in. Ice Cube versus Fat Joe. Last night was Fat Joe's night. To me, Fat Joe was as cold as the Yankees and Aaron Judge, but we'll see what you got. I thought Ice Cube set it off in LA over the weekend, but you let me know what you think. But anyway, nobody told me it was gonna be an East Coast West Coast versus. That was intriguing, interesting. So see what we working with. If anybody come through, if I don't get anybody on here, I will just call it a night. Probably just be here for like an hour or so. But I just wanted to see if I could catch anybody on here tonight. YouTube don't send stuff up. What's up? How you doing? Gonna be here for an hour. There's a lot of videos that I was working on. I've been a busy man, putting it down, but there's a lot to talk about. I'm doing all right. Just was working on a lot of video, a lot of content. How you doing? Working on a lot of content. Worked on just got through doing a video about Pablo Panchero. That 50 point, he looked good. I don't like to talk about him. Yeah, I thought he like Fat Joe's performance at the game. That's how I looked at Aaron Judge. Flat, dry. I just think sometimes the spotlight's too much. Some guys are not cut out for the big picture. You know, I mean, that's not to say he can't go off, but he better do it tonight. If he don't go off tonight, but yeah, it. You better be looking at the old man ain't here. That's all I gotta say. When the old man was here, he'd have been in Aaron Judge's guts. Because Freddie Freeman is balling. I'm like, man, Freddie Freeman is like, whoa. So yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. They got their work cut off for them. But I told you, and I said it going in, it was gonna be a tough series. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Should I make a video about her? I mean, I saw it. I don't know how to really address it because it's kind of like, do I go into that? If I'm Tom Brady, I'm very happy that I didn't have to do that mortgage plan. Well, I figured she was into something. I just didn't think, okay, I will. She wanted to get out the marriage, and they look like, you just kind of wanted to just sell. I don't know. Something about her turned me on, and I do believe she knows more about something about them parties because she a model and she made crazy bag, but something don't seem right though. I don't know. I kind of was funny about Giselle. I don't even know. I just think that Brady escaped one. Anybody coming through, please hit the likes, smash them likes up. And the more likes I get and the more reaction, the better. So let's do it. Tonight's poll question: Ice Cube versus Fat Joe, the World Series. I got to try to find something, but even that was a blowout. Oh, he was. He was. They all was. I remember that industry walks together, talks together. It's not just you don't do nothing without association. You ain't in LA. If you one of the happening people, you were. That's why we still don't think Diddy, the way everything is, it's going to be a lot very interesting how it all plays out. He's smiling because he's happy he's there. He's smiling because I guess he's still in the back of his mind. Maybe he thinks they're going to be some kind of flip. They got to get one game. But I don't, I've been, and I'm glad you got to see that Freddie Freeman home run because that's what happened when Kirk Gibson beat the Dodgers. It was never the same. I remember back in the day, one play, one move, and games were over. That's how I grew up, and it sometimes it still reverbs that way. Mm-hmm. You can't tell me though that Freddie Freeman's home run ain't demoralizing though. You can't tell me. He even kind of remind me of Kirk Gibson the way he's hitting that ball. I mean, his stance. I'm seeing like deja vu. Yeah, Aaron Judge ain't cut out like that. You know, you know. But the bottom line is the Dodgers are beating them at their own game. They're nickel and diming them. They're getting on bases, hit and run. They're beating them at their own game. Everything that I said don't do, they've been doing. And then they get caught up trying to, they just not playing smart. Aaron Boone's getting out coached. They're getting out coached. And the pitching for the Dodgers, Dave Roberts look like a genius. Because now he can go take 8 guys and pitch if he want to. It's not good for the Yankees. Nothing about this series looks good. It's not a good series. And then, to be honest with you, I just assume it'd be over and come back next year because they the Dodgers are a great team. I told you going in this was going to be the toughest series they faced. When they lost Atlanta 2 games, I figured they could come back against Atlanta. This is a different situation. Yeah, the only problem with him is he probably had to get 3,000. He gets 25, 3,000 hits. Historically, where would he place? But then again, how much would it emphasize on him? So his Dodger, his and in LA, he hasn't had to be the big focal point. He's had a good series, but Freddie Freeman then took the whole thing. Freddie Freeman is like, oh, I mean, Freddie Freeman, that's nobody saw that. Everybody coming in, please hit them likes up, smash up. Feel free to introduce yourself. And if you want to partake in the question, the poll, by all means, do. Welcome it, welcome it, welcome it. Tomorrow I'm not gonna be on, but tonight I am. Got plans tomorrow, so I'm gonna be a busy man. So I think I'll do it. I might come back Thursday. He got well. He's a Hall of Fame bound, but I'm talking about where you know where we start. But this, we don't. Baseball is not like it's not like NBA when you win a lot of stuff, And of course, he's in an era where people don't talk about it unless you're a baseball fan. You know what I mean? It's not quite the same. If you understand what I'm saying, baseball ain't quite like it was. There was a time when that would have been revered way more. That's all I'm saying. People aren't revering those things like they once did. I think. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. If you think I'm wrong, put a one. If you think I'm right, put a two. That's how I would address it. Because I just don't, unless you a baseball fan and you into it, it don't hit like that no more. We know. Okay, well you tell me wrong, that's fine. I'm gonna do a video about Anthony Richardson. I had forgot to talk about him. I think that unless you're a baseball fan, people don't really go at it like that. I don't, you know. I know how bad Mookie is though. Um, Anthony Richardson is hilarious, but he sounds like a modern day athlete though. He probably is tired because he be sitting his butt on his behind getting hit. That's why he tired. He's soft. Well, Takashi's a snitch. How you know he's locked up with Diddy though? He's in Brooklyn. Yeah, I did a video recently where I was talking about Generation Z because they're always the ones getting fired. Um, yeah, and if I'm Anthony Richardson, you know when I go to the Colts comment section, dang, what did Takashi do? Dang. Well, you know what? He snitched and now he's in there, so I don't know. Um, there's people in the Colts section who want Flacco to be starting. So if I was Richard, I would be cool. The reason why he's starting because they spent all that money. But that's the word I heard. What did Takashi do though? I have to look that up with Takashi. Yeah, they've been saying it in the Colts form. And Flacco's dangerous this time of year. That's where he get his, September, October. Don't play him in November, but play him at the end of December to January. That's what Flacco's his best. Don't play him in November though. He sucks in November. You play him in November, he'll get exposed. If that old crazy owner tells him to play him, he's gonna be committed to him. You're just not used to hearing people saying they don't feel like playing. They sat out because they tired. You out at the club, the Indianapolis, you be popping up in them streets? Probably so. Probably so. There's some guys who are funny like that. I'll probably do that video. I hadn't thought about it. I probably will do that video. These cats be serious too. I don't feel like it. Imagine they say I don't feel like paying you. Hmm. So I don't know. I'm not shocked or surprised though. Well, he hasn't really been in this predicament before, so he's not used to that kind of thing. But he gonna learn about being in New York real fast. They gonna learn real fast. You can't be the big old buck and don't hit the ball, a big boy. You better learn to hit that ball. You better go get in Jeter's ear and say what I gotta do. Better go call him up. Anybody coming in, please hit that like up. Please hit that like, hit that subscribe. You're hitting up on it. Got some viewers in here tonight, so let's see what you're working with. So what did Takashi do? I can't leave my form right now. So what did Takashi do? Why is he in MDC? I'm not making no excuses for him because I already told you his bat is like Fat Joe's performance. Okay, yeah. And it just is dry, just like that crowd was dry last night. I don't think they're being. I think that this is where you're not getting the understand what you got to do. Okay, but he didn't snitched out too much. That's what's up. He didn't snitch too much. I don't really touch Takashi because I know he's an open spy and things be crazy with him. There's always something going on with him, and it's almost like he's just a magnet for getting locked up. So I don't know. I'll check it out though. But I'm not gonna touch Takashi unless something comes out of it. Unless they're gonna use him to get to Diddy. And you never know. You never know. Can't go in, come out and say something. Cause Takashi kind of got like that T.I. situation. Always got something going on, but yeah, he still gets out. So I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on though. But I know he do some dumb stuff to keep getting locked up though. That's a fact. So anybody coming through, feel free to come on in. See some people poking in. As I said, I will probably try to come back Thursday at the earliest. If not Thursday, maybe Friday. We'll see one of the two. But I'm definitely not here tomorrow. Unless, of course, the Yankees pull out some crazy miracle and get the series back to LA. I saw that mess. What you excited about? You want a cookie? Ain't beat nobody. Fooled around. Gave Daniel Jones false sense of hope. And they actually had a chance. Do you know them busters? I did a video about it. You didn't see my video? I did a video about it. And fumbling and taking the sack and throwing a pick. And I'm like, all you gotta do is just be average. All you gotta do is just be, you know, winnable game for the Giants. But he sucks though. I mean, he sucks. No, they not. No, they're not. Well, maybe they okay. They're better than them in terms of, but who did they beat the last couple of weeks? Come on now. You gonna get excited about beating the Raiders, and you gonna be excited about beating the Giants? Is that where we're going? And if you watch the game, Daniel Jones had a chance to win the game. He just turned the ball over 2 times. They blew 6 to 12 points in that game. I'm not really wasn't that impressed. Russell hit a nice sweet pass down the field, but the Giants could have made that and could have won that game. You know, I'm just gonna keep it 100. They're playing good defense, but the Giants still were in that game last night. So I'm not really that. So I saw Watts get that fumble recovery. But again, don't get excited because you beat teams like the Giants and the Raiders. That mess don't count. Beating up on the Chargers, that mess don't count. I didn't see some of their wins in that game against Atlanta. You know, they ain't really. I got to see Pittsburgh against a team that I go okay. Let me see against an okay team, a team that I go okay. Good at me when they do that, cause that division of Baltimore and them. I did that video too on that. I did that video. It's called he caught the Aaron Rodgers bug. That's what it is. He played all right Saturday night. What about that triple double? Oh, like I forgot. He ain't had no bug Saturday night. He ain't no bug against when he had that triple double. Where was that bug at? Them 3 home games. Where that bug at? Yeah, he barely cracked his 10 last night. Oh yeah, you know that was coming. Cause he got the Aaron Rodgers bug. It's called Father Time. And then your body don't feel the same. And then you copping excuses and whoa. Tired of hearing him crying all the time. Son went back to the G League and your coach getting exploited. And you know, I'm gonna tell it like this. As good as AD is playing, he got to play like that every night. So when you got to play like that every night, and you ain't really got that kind of help, and you don't really play that kind of defense, you better you. They're not that much better than Phoenix. That's what the eyeball test tells me. Because if they play Phoenix 50 times, they could split. They're very much like Phoenix. And what does Phoenix look like to me? This 6, 7 seed. So yeah, yeah. He wants some sympathy. That's a way to cop out because body giving out. Old man, I'm telling you. Yeah, I heard about that. I knew about that. I remember that. Well, I don't blame Jimmy Clausen because there's no way he gonna get some money. No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. You sound like Bradley Beal. No, they don't. They don't play no defense. Durant's looking good. Booker scoring, but I don't see them as no threat. I don't see them as no threat. But don't let Bradley Beal get hurt. They don't play no defense. I'm watching Phoenix. They gonna beat some teams, but Nerf is not that. Nerf gets ate up by AD in the box. That's the reason why it's close between them two. Because if Nerf could give up about 10 points, Phoenix would beat the Lakers. It's a close battle between the two. They're pretty evenly matched if you want to go there. So if you're telling me Phoenix looks good, you're going to tell me the Lakers look good. Okay, I see where you're going with this. I'm not buying it though. I think those teams are what I call second tier. I did a video about it. It's coming out. I just shot it and I'm gonna put it out after I do my live stream. It's already done. He looked good. I didn't want to give him his due because he beat it against Miami. He threw a sick behind the back pass. Jimmy Butler and Bam didn't see that coming. I don't want to give him too much due because I'm like, oh, them boys is in that fifth, sixth slot in the East. But let me say something. If they keep the pieces around him, don't let Milwaukee fall, Philly fall, because Orlando is coming up. Orlando is the next team that no one's talking about. Because when Boston is gonna be running things, and you got one about Philly, and you got a couple others. That's it. He is. He is. But I've seen this show before in Orlando with Shaq and Dwight Howard. So I'm gonna see how it plays out. Will they build around him or will they run him out? Time will tell. But I got the video coming, so I just gotta put it up. Yeah, they are. They are. Put it to you like this: if the Knicks don't hit right, that's the next team. I'm not sold on Cleveland. I think they soften the cakes. Oh, they got to trade everybody. That's why they having this honeymoon affair with with the Dwayne Wade and Pat Riley, where everybody's getting honored, because they ain't got nothing to show with what they got. They ain't got nothing to show. Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson getting long in the tooth. Jimmy Butler getting long in the tooth. And Bam is at his peak and prime. They better put something around him. So, you know, I don't know what they're gonna do. They went in on the Golden State style, and now they're stuck. And they got a bunch of gym cats who can shoot, athletic, but they don't have those guys. Yeah, because they don't have nothing. And Pat Riley always talks about that one more big fish or that one more big thing. Well, you're gonna have to make a crazy move to get it. You gotta figure it out. Because Jimmy Butler is old now. He's getting on that. He's in that Kawhi, Curry, Braun range. 36, and he ain't going back. And I tell you, he probably got a couple solid ones in him, but you're not getting. Got to make the move. Yeah, well, that's the end of his career, yo. That means he's got probably about 2 or 3 years tops. Because first of all, let's keep it 100. He ain't a pure 3 point shooter. He get hurt a lot. His defense is still good, and he comes up. But you can't forever rely on playoff Jimmy. So you got to make that move, and he's gonna be more expensive and more trouble eventually. I'm just keeping it 100. They have to if that means stanking it up, you better unload while you can. But I don't know if they can. I don't know who's gonna trade with him. And I heard some crazy rumor about him for Kawhi, and I'm like, heck no. So, all right, keep on hitting them likes up. Keep it coming. Fat Joe got 67%. This must be an East Coast bias in here. I don't see that performance that close. I don't. But I'm telling you, he's got wear and tear on him now. Body giving out in Miami. And I like Jimmy Butler, but they didn't went to two finals. They had a couple of nice runs, but it's almost a done deal. And just ain't gonna happen no more. Okay, now come on, everybody in here. Feel free to comment. I didn't really see that injury. NBA Jazz Hendricks injury. I didn't see that injury with the Jazz. I know whatchamacallit, he's stuck over there and he can't get out. Somebody would they try to get him. They tried to. Yeah, I saw that play. I saw that. He was actually playing pretty good for a moment. Paces are just a waste. And I saw two Raw's video about Halliburton. I thought about doing a video about him, but I don't know. I don't know if I feel compelled. I was cracking up about that video where he was getting his Paul Pierce on with all them girls, and I saw he had a lot of snow going. No, he can't. He can't. And the sad part is he's in an era where his size and the way he plays doesn't really translate well. Another era, Wiseman would have been like an AC Green with an upgrade. Had a nice game, but he's either his pacing has got to get better. He just in the wrong situations. Sometimes it be that way. It's sad too. There's some guys. They're like some cats. You actually say you were in the wrong era. Wheels don't be where they supposed to be. That's the sad part. So, cause I like this game, but it didn't work in Golden State. All right, gotta make some adjustments. All right, anybody coming through, feel free to comment. See what we're working with. See what we got. Don't go silent on me, cause I'm wondering about it. I know. So let's see what we're working with. If you're still there, say something. If you're not, I assume that we're gonna find out. See what we got. Let me do some looking. Pacers Knicks, because the Pistons Pacers thing, uh, they didn't really have the kind of that wasn't the kind of storyline that was romanticized. The Malice in the Palace, all that went down. Obviously when Tayshaun Block, Reggie Miller shot, that changed the fortunes of fate. And the Pacers didn't contend. The Pistons kept going to the finals. That Pacers Knicks thing was crazy because Reggie Miller single handedly, after the Knicks had been to the finals, and that was crazy how that all went down. So that one carries more cliche because of Reggie's the focal point in different situations, but I think that's because of that. That was a more intriguing rival because it had a lot at stake. I don't look at the Pistons Pacers, the brawl, but I don't look at that. No, not to me. The Heat weren't in the same weight class as the Bulls. They weren't in the same weight class. Mm-mm. They couldn't wait to clamp down on Lonzo Mourning and with Hardaway. Um, Heat was a problem with some defense to an extent, but they couldn't really match against Chicago. They couldn't match them. It was all about Chicago against New York. Don't even front. And then Orlando got in the mix, and then the Pacers to an extent. The Heat got in there, but they weren't really a threat. The Heat against the Knicks, I will give you that. That was a knockdown drag fight. I'll give you that one. But the Bulls, no, I didn't. I don't think them and the Heat were really not like that. Not coming behind the Pistons and the Knicks and then Orlando and then the Pacers. No, the Heat were sold because of Riley pushing it, but they weren't never a threat to the Bulls. The 1-2 punch of Zoe and Hardaway weren't a threat. Just saying. I wish. I wish. Okay, what we got? Okay, pause. Just real quick. Pause. Shit. I am back. I had to take a step. The mid 90s. Yeah, like I said, there hasn't been anything. I don't really feel that way about that one though. What's up? What's happening? How you doing? How you doing? What's up, Alan? What's up? I just had to step out. Okay, well, thank you, Heath. What's up, your MVP? Let's see. Because Pat Riley didn't have the talent to beat the Bulls. Alonzo Mourning, they lined him up. Tim Hardaway. The Heat didn't have a perimeter player. They weren't they that was not a good matchup for them against him. It wasn't a good matchup. When the Knicks beat the Heat with Allen Houston Latrell, it just wasn't. Okay, Heath, tell me which one you're talking about. My MVP so far? If I had to pick one MVP so far, well, might be Jared Goff. Jared Goff right now. Detroit Lions. Because I think that Derrick Henry and Lamar are gonna cancel each other out. So I probably say Jared Goff. The Lions are playing incredible, and he's so porous right now. Larry Johnson before injuries, or Chris Webber. Chris Webber. I think Webber. I was more of a Webber. I had to give it to Webber. Okay. ran him out, but um, okay. Let me address one thing. How you know Riddick cussed out LeBron? How you know? Do tell. Jared Goff. Well, he ran him out because he had him stand like a statue against the Patriots in that Super Bowl, which was pretty bad. But I just think that they outran their course. Though Stafford was a better pickup, but ironically, Dan Campbell's getting stuff out of. He's getting a lot out of him. So I don't know. That might be the first time I ever seen two quarterbacks traded for one another, and they both peaking. What did Reddick? How you know Reddick cussed him out? I didn't see it. I don't have no idea. And that could be to make Reddick like he's tough. He can't really purposely say anything to the guy though. At this stage, he look it's like a joke. You really think he up there cursing out LeBron James after they got on a podcast together? Really? Okay. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Okay. I didn't watch it all. First of all, I didn't really have no interest to watch that game because I thought that hey, both those teams are like evenly matched to me. But I'm not the one that's getting excited about 4 or 5 games into an NBA season. And second of all, I don't really like watching Laker games. Yeah, you did watch it because you're a Laker fan. I don't have no interest. All I know is when I saw that ball that he shot that free throw, I cracked up. I thought, whoa, that's not breaking news. That's not breaking news. But I think it's a bad move because I heard about him being hurt, and I heard about him trying to dig out at that one dude too. But that's another story though. And I'm not gonna do that video about what I heard about Stephon Diggs. I'm not doing that video. But yeah, he been injury prone. It was almost coming. They waited for Flacco. They should have had him, and that's because they doing PR. Anthony Richardson do something stupid. So yeah, you win. You do say dumb stuff. You win stupid prizes. There you go. Yeah, that was just dumb. I don't know how good the Colts are though. See, they're kind of one of those teams. I know that Jonathan Taylor's balling, but they just one of them mediocre teams that could get hot. But I don't know. I saw that. I did catch that. I thought that was at that 86 when he missed that meeting. I caught that clip. Belichick trying to get a job, yo. That's what he doing. He trying to act like he can be friendly. That's what that's about. He wants to beat Don Shula so bad. I don't know nobody's gonna touch him though. I don't think he's touchable. He ought to be ashamed of himself because he put himself in a predicament. You know, so can't feel sorry for him. I told you, Robert Kraft looked that man in the face. You said, "You sure time is ready to go?" He's like, "Yeah, get him out of here." I said, "Okay, don't let him win no more ring." That's why Belichick ain't touched. I'm telling you, don't let no ring go. What's up? You know what I always tell you about? Not fooling me. Oh yeah, yeah, because that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to appeal. Cause see, a lot of people look at him as he's past the pull date. I mean, you get stuck with Mac and Cheese Jones and Zappa. Them quarterbacks he got stuck with. Anybody like, nah, man, that's okay. I'm telling you, stuck with those two. Andrew Bynum. Was this even a question? Are you for real? Dwight Howard had no moves. What you mean a post move? Dwight had a little dribble. He got a little shot off the backboard. Bynum was a better offensive player. And if you put the two together, you'd have one of the greatest centers ever. Difference is that Bynum's head wasn't like the Whites. He didn't really want to listen. Bynum in a blowout far as offense go. The White had no offensive move. He scored. He didn't really do nothing. That's why when the Lakers played him in the finals, they picked his pockets. Fish was hitting him low. Brown was hitting him tight. They don't know nothing about no basketball. They not watching it. When they was two of the best going at the time, Bynum was the better offensive player, and Dwight was the better defensive player. Until Bynum tried to hit that three ball and said, "I'm just zenning," and he shot them air ball threes, and he just was so lackluster and act like he was high. But he was always a better offensive force than Dwight. Dwight never had no. Dwight never learned how to play offense. The Dwight had a hook shot. Now he can shoot a 3 pointer, but nobody cared to touch him. They won't touch him because he's got too much DD in him. Even though no one's saying anything about Dwight. He was nice, but he was crazy in the head. Okay, nobody talk about Andrew Bynum. Bynum had a chance to be a really good one, and he just joked around and played around and was a goofball. I still remember when he shot that three ball and that thing went air, and Phil Jackson looked at him and said, "I'm just zenning." I mean, was just goofball stuff. Oh, they make some noise all right to the funny farm. Y'all got him when he was just, I told you, goofball, man. Just did. And you can call Dwight a goofball, but at least with Dwight got something out of it. Andrew Bynum didn't get for the two rings and the exposure. Greg Oden, yo, because Oden could play defense. Yeah, he a big Sixer fan in here. That's why he still got some old Sixer. He's still holding on for hope. They ain't gonna do nothing. Maxie already got to play all that crazy now. Your so-called superstar don't want to play it all because he's scared of back to back. He's already in Paul George. I mean, it's gonna be a laughing stock. Greg Oden. Yep. The teams that nobody wants to touch because they both stink. Wasted potential. I'm a lion. The Sixers, the process. How long Joel Embiid been holding y'all hostage, lying to you? And the Cowboys with Dak and Meathead McCarthy. Yeah, I feel for you. I feel for you. Because the Cowboys, that's a long season. Long season. And you got to go play Atlanta. And that, I don't know which Kirk Cousins going to show up. So, I don't know. Yeah, they do. Headed to Saudi Arabia. It'll be a long season. And the Sixers, if they don't, man, look, it'll be a long season. I'm telling you. Everybody playing for second place in the East. Okay, just so you know. And in the NFC, and Dallas, I told you got to go 8-1 to match your 12-5. Well, I don't really hold fault. They did. They were. I ain't gonna lie. We were. We were. Ben Simmons didn't set you back. He just didn't set us. He just didn't have no trajectory upward. That's the problem with Ben Simmons. Yeah, I'll give you them two. I'll give you them. I'll hold them more than Ben Simmons. At least with Ben Simmons, you were in the playoffs. Marco Fultz, I don't know what he did. Noel, Noel, Okafor, I don't know what happened with them cats. But Ben Simmons was had some moments. He had some moments. But them other three, yeah, you were. When Lynn Dickey was your quarterback, yeah, you were. Bart Starr was your coach, yeah, you were. And then when you had Don the Magic Man, yeah, you were. Yeah, you were. Yeah, you were. Except, see, you ain't really get exposed to the Saudi Arabians because you've been in the social media era. The real Saudi Arabia is when you got to get a newspaper and you on the West Coast or you on the East Coast and you don't get to see what the score is and you don't know, and then your team sucks and then they don't get no coverage because Joel Embiid got excuses like a politician and he be talking about what he gonna do, how he gonna do, what he gonna do, and then it don't get done. And he don't have nobody to put no feet in him. I'm trying to tell you. And then he gets mad when Shaq calls him out. Well, stop playing soft. You don't want nobody to call you soft. Don't be soft. So the barbershop won't even keep your tickets. They'll take it down to the dollar store. They'll give them tickets a half off. Nobody wants to be seen with that. You know that team? For a long time they were Saudi Arabia. For a long time. We just talking up until like the last 3 years. So don't act like they've been good. You know, he should be, but and I mean that statue looks like but that's what these statues are today. They're kind of demonic anyway. Of course, Wade's gonna try to say it's cool because he don't want to cause no scene. Yeah, they have. Yeah, they have. Yeah, they have. Or let me think. They've been in. Yeah. Tel Aviv or well, I think of another country that you way out there with. Way out there. In America, we call it El Segundo. You know it's out there somewhere inside California, but you don't know where it's at. Cleveland. Oh boy. Bad. Let me check out this Zimbabwe. That's true. Way out there. 50-50 between Fat Joe and Ice Cube. Are y'all for real? As we watch the same performances, I must got some real early bird heads on here that would say that's 50-50. I thought Fat Joe would be, I thought Cube would be killing this poll. We still early though. We still early. I guess so. A lot of snitches. That's what that is. Oh, snitch Joe. Fed plant based Joe. Mm-hmm. He came out. I was laughing. He came out the dugout like, and they didn't even give him a grand entrance like they did Cube in L.A. Derek Jeter didn't even want to throw that ball out last night. Cube had the whole center field. They did it the right way. I could tell because they fired up. The crowd wasn't in it last night, and I'm telling you, it didn't hit. It was a long night. Yeah, because they're underachieving. That's why. He mad at Aaron Boone, and he mad with what they're doing. They're not playing like a championship quality team. Gotta remember something. It's been a minute, and they look flat. They've gotten ran over. He know he's playing good, but if this plays out the way it is, he ain't coming back. He ain't coming back. Yeah, because they're underachieving, and it's not like they're that far off. Because they did have a chance for game one, and they were kinda in game two to an extent, but yeah. Well, the Yankees ain't the end all be all right now. Baseball is not the way it once was. People who be saying nobody has to get signed to one team no more. Them days is gone. You've had the Giants rack up rings. You've had the Red Sox rack up rings. You had the Cubs win a ring. You had the White Sox win a ring. Texas win a ring. You can win rings. You know, Astros won another multiple ring. You got teams that can win. But I wouldn't if he wanted to join the Dodgers, I would understand though too. 'Cause, you see how organizations are ran. When they ran the right way, you get results when they ran the right way. Anybody feel free to hit them likes up, hit them clicks up. Well, there you go. Well, yeah, because he was 19, he won a ring. Now he's in his second World Series. I mean, that's pretty special, don't you think? Shoot, you're 25, 26, and you already got a ring, and you're in your second World Series, and you're a big time player. It'll be interesting. I'll say this: they might give him one more year. If they do, he better be back again, or he won't make it past next year. That's all I can say. But they got to get someone to connect the dots because Judge is getting old and Stanton is old, and we probably got a couple years, two, three in the tank. And if you got this nucleus, you got to keep it. So we'll see. Not as much as it would have. It's important, but it doesn't. It's not gonna really, because he wasn't really dominant posterizing in the postseason this year. It's good for his personal, but you know, it's not gonna really make or break. It's not gonna take him any more levels, unless of course he was pitching and then we had to like fine tune it. He'll already be considered one of the greatest Dodger pitchers ever at impact, but it doesn't really make or break at this stage where he's concerned. The truth is if he ain't playing much, they got a chance to win in the postseason. Quiet as it's kept. Told you he had that Peyton Manning syndrome about him. Paper champ, one of those guys, one of the best regular seasons, but he get in the postseason because he got ate up last year. So this might actually work in his favor, but it's not gonna really move him up and down. I don't see it. Yeah, that was one of the rumor places that was talking. Harry Cox, but I don't like that. Yeah, that was the rumor the Dodgers was interested, which would make sense. He's a versatile player. He would fit in good. I think it'd be a good fit. You know, if I'm Soto, I'd understand it. 56% for Ice Cube. Okay, well, I don't like it, so I need to get this up out of here. Seems like a troll. Anybody got something to say? Feel free to say it. If you ain't got nothing to say, you got to go. Need pitching? Yep. Yep. They're not that far off, though. It's just that you got to get that middle relief tightened up a bit. But they're not that far off. But when you're going up against a team like the Dodgers, you got to have everything right. If you don't, it could be a long series. But it can end quick. I'll take that back. It can end very quick. So that's how I look at it. I saw that mess and I didn't even want to touch that because they crash and trash and tacky, and that's one of the reasons why they got a bad reputation. You really think you just mad because that guy been busting your behind and you could have had him? See, there's a reason why their reputation predates them. I got nothing but good things to say about Shohei Ohtani. He's the best player going today, and he's a winner. He about ready to get a ring, and you up here got a sore behind because you crying. Okay, talk about a sore loser. That's the part about being a Yankee fan I don't like, because that man don't deserve to get hurt. no class. That's what it's about. They gotta have something to cheer about because they ain't because they're the way they're getting their butts handed to them. Put a bag over their head. That's why I don't. That's why when they started bringing fans back to the stadiums, this is why I wish they had kept it locked out. Exactly. I liked it when there was remote fans because people don't know how to act. They don't know how to behave, and they think people ask owe them something. I can. People is cold and racial too, and dumb too. Yeah, you reading about the guy getting hurt. That's the same guy that you could have tried to pursue to get. Too dumb, too cheap. Could have had him. Stuart Steinbrenner would have had him. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Mhm. That's why Griffey Jr. and Barnes didn't want to play in New York. People show their true colors. Yep, I've seen it. No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't. Even if they were playing for Boston, they wouldn't. Sure wouldn't. But that's what happens when you know, that's what happens when you got these. I remember that with Michael Irvin. I remember it very well. I don't like to, but I do. That's why a lot of them teams I don't have no respect for. And you know what? That's the only way you could stop him too, because he was tearing your behind up. So that's how bad they are. You don't have to like the player, but you don't have to wish no injuries on them or no hurt. So, but that's what their reputation is. Their reputation predates them. They are what they are. Yes, and see the problem I have with Michael Irvin, he doesn't always tell the truth. No, goodwill. That the stance is just as racist as ever. Just don't even want to tell the truth because if he told the truth, he wouldn't get that job on them networks. Come out and tell the truth. Tell the truth that them people be racist and be telling you all kinds of slurs. Cats don't tell the truth about them stands. I know it'd be like that because people be fighting, you know. My name is just the Mister. So what's up? What's up, hard truth? But yeah, they don't tell the truth about how racist it is in them stands. They sugarcoat it. They try to sell everything, and people get this false illusion that it's just isolated episodes, but it's been more real than that. Just because you pay a lot of money, don't mean you're supposed to go there and say stupid stuff like that. Yeah, I know that. Well, you got to remember where they are too. I'm sure Dak done heard his share of words. I've been told I'm a pretty funny dude, so we could see. I have some humor in my videos. If you ever watch my videos, you could tell me. I do come with humor. Yeah, well, that I'm gonna tell you something. That's nothing new. But Jerry Jones says it without saying it. If you read between the lines, watch my videos, they got humor in them. Sometimes intentional, sometimes not. I don't try to be too serious because there's enough going on. But we do keep it funny. But I don't like those fans though. They when they heckling and when they're saying stupid stuff. No, if you suck, that's one thing. But just call somebody names to saying it, there's a fine line, and I can tell there's a big difference. Yeah, he got heckled racially. LeBron did too. Hmm. The NBA is the worst because it's nothing but rows of white folks in them main seats, and they looking at these black dudes walking around the court with them shorts on, and they say all kinds of things. I told you before, and I'm gonna say it again. When you don't have black ownership, general managers, head coaches, it's like an auction. I'm gonna say it again. Until you have a balance, representation, that's how they look at you. They look at you like an auction. And that's why they don't have, if you don't have a commissioner that represents you, you don't have things that you speak out on. Yep. They say all kinds of things because the alcohol beginning to talk. And some of them, they're on the meat market, some of the 304s. Mm-hmm. So that's what you're getting. Of course they do. Because they don't think that the players, they know that the players have to shape up for the owners. I told you it's an auction. That's how it's treated as. I mean, think about it, right? But Michael Jordan, you barely getting ownership. How many black owners have you had with all this so-called newfound wealth? Think about it. General managers, owners. Think about it. Yep. It's the contradiction, the mental illness that gets allowed to manifest. Please hit the like, hit the subscribe. See, I got some more views up here. I'll probably be on another half hour. I will give it about another 30. Oh, I watch all that, man. I mean, I watch all that. I just, again, if you talk about it, you see it, you be about it. It's just sad that cats don't put that money together and they can't. They can't break out of it. And I tell you, all this stuff is connected, just like a Diddy party. People don't understand how it goes on. A lot of stuff that go on. A lot. If $1 billion industry, $1 billion bandits. Just remember that. $1 billion industry, $1 billion bandits. Think about what I just said. Because it's about to be something that you couldn't even imagine. Well, no, what happened was so Ted Leon, the cat that owned the Wizards and also the hockey team, the Capitals, when they had that strike in '99, Jordan and him were on opposite ends. And he used that leverage against Jordan when Jordan got that part ownership. And since Jordan went for the bait to come down and play, he got cut out. So he got caught, and then he had the bad PR with Juanita. All that stuff came at the worst time. Would I consider who? Josh Allen, a wizard? Josh Allen? Who? I'm not understanding the question. I'm not understanding the question. You talking about Josh Allen? Yeah, yeah. But a wizard means that you're like dominant, like you stand out. Mm, no, I ain't gonna say that. There's only one of those. There's one Patrick Mahomes and there's everybody else. When Tom Brady left, that got passed on to Mahomes. Who else is seeing Mahomes? You got great talent, and you can say the elite, but to say a wizard means you're dominant, that you stand out where you're winning. There's only one Mahomes. Matthew Stafford ain't that. He won a ring, but okay. Why does he always be overthrown? Gets caught in turnovers and loses big games. You're talking about a skill standpoint. I'm talking about the totality. Your mind has to be a part of the totality. So I don't look at him as a wizard. I think he's a great quarterback, a great upside, but I don't think it's also been fine tuned. I told you before, get the right. I think Burrow is very poised and cool, but I think his growth has been stunted. He could be even better because they're not hitting on all cylinders right now. They the way they got beat by Philly. I'm not really feeling it. I think his poise and his cadence is top, but something's missing. I think it's the coaching. So, and I might be alone in that. I don't think I'm alone in that. When people say wizards and they say all this stuff, you got to put some ring on it. You got to put something else on your resume. And there's only one guy that stands out for me in the NFL quarterbacks, and that's Mahomes. I think Lamar Jackson got skill set too, but I can't put him with I can't put nobody with Mahomes. Mahomes is his. I hate to give Nick wrong his due, but that mountain is real. It's Mahomes' role, and then there's everybody else. If he's on the hot seat, then that seat ain't that hot because he should have been gone right now. They're not doing nothing. Doug Peterson ain't doing nothing, and Trevor Lawrence has just melted. So I don't see nothing there. Peterson Awards welcome. They got talent, but they're what we call slightly better than the average team. But they were running that division for a moment, but Houston just surpassed them. But I don't think they're that good, though. I don't think they're that good. And somewhere along the line, he didn't just tuned out Doug Peterson. So I just don't think they're that good. Because you got talent, but when you say have talent, They got talent to be a second tier team, third tier. They're not first tier. So what kind of talent they got? They played y'all good, but they can't win no games. That's not gonna save them. That wasn't why they lost the game to Cleveland. They got manhandled on the line. They were moving the ball with the receivers. It's just that Jameson was hitting some spots in the secondary. You know, their defense can be had. So I'm not sold on them because I think their defense is vulnerable. So that's a nice little pickup for them. But the way they lost to Cleveland, they got other issues. And their secondary was getting picked up on. So I hope not. I hope not. I hope not. Because that would be the end of him. But they need something like that in New York, though. Be the end of him. Not really. Now, when you consider you got a two-win team, they both got two wins. How you figure better than? Because at least with the Giants, it's like you starting them fresh. Cleveland got some talent there, and they just underachieved. So no, no, you know, Cleveland is a waste disaster. You know, the Giants. Um, mm, Cleveland gives you the veteran. Yeah, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So we'll see. We shall see. Right now, they are Saudi Arabia. They stink really bad. Kansas City is. That's why they're the champs. It ain't gotta be pretty. You just gotta get the job done. He's gonna be a good fit for him. Be healthy and motivated. That's what smart teams do. They know where to pick. Please continue to hit the likes and clicks. Like I said, I'm gonna be away for tomorrow. We'll see what happens. If you don't get caught trying to do too much, your line should be able to get you through. You know, just like anybody, you think that you could see the game better than most of the people that are there. That's all. What you could have done, what you should have done. You know, like woulda, coulda, shoulda. That's all. But I think we all guilty of that in some form of capacity. I've been guilty of it, so we all there. Yep, it's okay. I'm only gonna be on for 14 more minutes because it's an hour and a half tonight. I got stuff to do, and it's okay. But yeah, people get into it about sports. Tell LeBron, hey, come get this supplement. Can't get that supplement. The supplement he need ain't gonna be popular enough to so stop that onslaught coming. That was funny. Let's see. Shaq, Kareem, Wilt, Russell, Elijah Moses, Djokovic, David Robinson. That's eight. Willis Reed. Bill Walton. No. No. Um, Dallas and Washington fan, long time ago, way back. And they took it personal. That was hilarious and wrong, though. That's all. Yeah, Dave Robinson won. Yeah, yeah. Dave Robinson was great. What did Patrick Ewing ever do better than Dave Robinson? Dave Robinson was a great defender. He could run the court. He could shoot. He won a scoring title, MVP. Yeah, Patrick Ewing never did that. Um, but he led the team to the. He didn't have Tim Duncan when he went against the Rockets in '95 when he was the MVP. Yeah, people fight over favorite players, favorite singers. Are you talking about the poll, Charlene? Ice Cube, I can give you legendary. In fact, Joe's not in the same conversation with Ice Cube. Sorry, sorry. Cube's pen game is more lethal. Cube had NWA, he had his solo career, and he had West Side Connection. They were one of the worst. They were, but that's not the question. The question was David Robinson versus Patrick Ewing, and I answered that one. I don't think he's underrated. I think he was better in college. I saw his whole career. He wasn't clutch in the NBA. Not when they need him to be. And his problem is that, guys came along and surpassed him. He had a finger roll, an outside shot, and You know, he was a beast in Georgetown. So I can't agree with that about Ewan. You want me to take you out of this pole, crash, take you out? I mean, because I don't need no trolls. Well, let's not start trolling. Let's not start trolling. Underrated in what universe? Nobody ever called LeBron James underrated. No trolling allowed. That's why I'm going to get out of here in about 8 minutes because I can tell about that time. He doesn't drive. They're not going to give him calls because he sits up there frailing away, shooting threes. He's not earning. He's not posting up. That's why. He said he showed those for outside shots. He's okay, but y'all not gonna win with him. Y'all need another piece. Y'all don't play no defense, and y'all just not that good of a team. You better enjoy what you got. If he has to do that all year, you're not. You better. That's the only way y'all got a chance to win. Only way. The only way. And I don't think that's gonna happen. Yeah, because he's still green behind the ears as far as coaching. He's some things he gonna have to learn the hard way. Rotations, getting people in places, defense alignments. You know, I already said JJ ridiculous. If you ever watch people who don't watch my videos, don't get to catch me saying it. I say JJ ridiculous because I think he's ridiculous. I don't care for him. And he done said all kinds of things and been all off the wall. His is coming. When they lose a few games, I'll see how great he looks then. 55 for Keeb. Okay. Still close, though. Okay, 6 more minutes before I roll. Please continue to hit them likes. If you're on, please feel free to say who you are, where you're coming from. Welcome you. And anybody will donate, feel free. Like I said, this was a nice little stop and go for tonight. Okay, looks like people didn't kind of cooled off, so if I don't see no more, I'll call it a night right now. I will be back in the next couple of days, though, probably next 2 or 3 days. I don't say that, I call them ridiculous. Mine is ridiculous. As a fan, I would have liked to have seen it, but I understand why he didn't do it. I get why he didn't do it. To my personal opinion, is because he didn't want to be seen as stereotypical, predictable, and he may have thought that would have been a whole part of his career. He wanted to kind of get this label as a versatile around player. So I get why he didn't do it. And it didn't carry the same kind of cachet or weight. I mean, all you have to do is look at Vince Carter's career. Did Vince Carter do anything remotely that people care about beyond that slam dunk contest? Just think about it. No, he has some. His dunks are. He's had some that are memorable, but they've been more about the alley oop. But he would have gotten a token win. But if he didn't set a standard for dunking, people would have used it against him. So I understand why he didn't. I get why he didn't. So I understand why he didn't. Not that he would have had a career like Vince Carter's, but just saying, people would have said, "What else you got in your career?" And then that could have been it, and you never know. His dunk was good, but it wasn't amongst like the top tier that I seen. I mean, J.R. Ryder had a better dunk with that East Coast, that West Coast, East Coast Bay. That was better. Jason Richardson had better dunks than Kobe, as far as I'm concerned. Of course, Vince did. Kobe's best dunks were in game. That flush in Minnesota was sick. That baseline in New York was sick. But his dunk contest between it was good, but it wasn't like mind blowing. That just about concludes it. I think that we're going. Like I said, I'll be back in a couple of days, next 2 or 3 days. So be on the lookout. You know how YouTube, how stuff be. So sometimes it goes through, sometimes it don't. Appreciate always everybody comes through. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay true, stay real. Appreciate you and thank you again. All right, I'm out.